Okay, so we are going to be going off the first thing. Before we get into the game, we'll go over some things. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about is the difficulty settings. That includes the challenges. I don't know every challenge. I'm gonna look. But let's go over the difficulty settings first. So, I'm going to tell you exactly what these mean so you can do custom difficulty and not feel like you don't know what the words actually mean. So the starting energy. Starting energy just means what energy you start at in the game. If it's now the original is 100. You can notice by it being gray. This means you get nothing. Nothing happens to your game. If you increase it, it will go down. That's bad because it's technically easier because you start with more than what you're supposed to, meaning you get less XP. If you decrease it, you get more XP, which is harder, okay? So if you start as 0 XP, 0 energy, you get 0.10 multiplier, okay, for energy. That's your starting energy. Then you have your energy drink restore. This, see, it will do the same thing, by the way. You can see gray. Red means you get less XP. Green means you get more XP. But this just means how much energy you gain back from an energy drink. Energy drink rate. I think it's how long. I'm pretty sure. I don't know exactly. You might have to see. I think that it means like how fast it depletes. So like if you have 200, it depletes rapidly or whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm right there. And then the monitor broken, which means on the map when you load in, you could see a monitor with your entire team's energy. Which, if you hit yes, it's a yes or no question. If you hit yes, then that means it will be broken. You cannot see it. No matter what, you cannot see your energy. This basically just means you can't see your energy. And the only way you can see your energy is by using an energy watch. Now we're going to the ghost types. So this is something if you just want to test out a ghost, but you can manually select the ghost you want to play with if you want to try to see something. If it's a new ghost and you just want to play with it, no matter what you do, it will always be 0. You will get no XP for this, okay? So don't just go, oh, I'm gonna get money, and you do Vex. You're not getting any multiplier or anything, okay? So you have to have it on default. Hunt duration is how many seconds a hunt can last. 15 is the original. You can go up, you can go down. Then you have the hunt energy. This is how much energy you lose. Not lose. How much energy the ghost can hunt you at. So 50 is most of the time when you get to 50 sanity or energy, sorry, then you can, well, be hunted. If you're at 100 sanity, let's say you're at 100, the ghost can't hunt you until they get to 50. Now, if you increase this, that's not very true. But yeah, then you have your hunt cooldown. This is the minimum time between hunts. So if a ghost hunts you, it will take 40 seconds until they can hunt again. Unless a ghost ability. Hunt grace period. This is how many hunts. I don't know what that says. Can't really read these tags over here. I don't exactly know. this I'm pretty sure is just like, I guess what it can do. Like if it can make a ghost event or anything else. If anyone wants to put that in the comments, they can. I don't exactly know what this is. The hunt probability is how much chance for a ghost to hunt. If you put it at 0, oh wait, you can't put it at 0. If you put it at 25%, obviously it goes less. You could put it at 200. And the original is 100. Can ghosts hunt? Yes or no question. Again, this is one of those things that multiplier is set to 0 automatically, no matter what you do. Even if you move something up, nothing will matter, and you will not gain any multiplier for this. Kill ends a hunt. This basically just means if it's hunting and it kills someone and you're not playing solos, it will end. If you put it on yes, if you put it on no, then the ghost will continue hunting even when they kill someone. Kill adds hunt time, which just means, so like, let's say the hunt is 20 seconds long. Once it kills someone, and it's not solo, and it's set to like 10 seconds, it will add another 10 seconds to the hunt. Ghost walk speed, I wouldn't change this just because it could get a bit difficult to memorize if you're changing it a lot. But this is how fast the ghost walks. The ghost can change the room, which just means its favorite room, which we'll go over. It can change that, yes or no. Hunt action rate. This is just the interactions it can do during hunts, like footprints, handprints, throw objects, all that good stuff. And wait, no, we just did that. Aggression rate is how aggressive it will be if it hunts a lot, if it doesn't hunt a lot. Setup is a lot of people get confused with this. It means when you open the door, the ghosts are not able to hunt until this timer goes off. So if you have it 0 seconds, the ghost can hunt you. But if you have it at 300 seconds, the ghost cannot hunt you for 300 seconds. They can do everything else, they just can't hunt for 300 seconds. But there is some ifs to that. If you do a cursed hunt, which we'll go over, it is possible, I'm pretty sure. We're going over the evidence now. The temperature rate, this is just how easy it is or how hard it is to get the temperature. Evidence given, I think you've seen me do some 0 evidence if you watch those. This is just how much evidence is possible. Original is 3, you can't go more than that because that's just impossible. But yeah, if you do 0 evidence, the ghost will never show you any evidence, even if it has it. 1, it will only show you 1, 2, and 3. Evidence increase, this is how much time, pretty sure it's how much time it will take for the ghost to show you it. You can get all the way to nightmare. Spirit box is, again, how hard it is to get the spirit box response. And the EMF rate. These two and this one are pretty much the same. And then the handprint duration is just how long the handprint will last for. So if you have it on infinite, again, this is a big multiplier set to 0 thing, has it in bold. Like when you have it bad, it will just be a bit red. This, it will be big red. Okay, so just make sure you pay attention and don't accidentally set something as it's not supposed to be that. Cursed objects. This is how many cursed objects you can have in the match present. So you can have all 6 cursed objects. You could have 0 cursed objects. The default is 1. Doors open. This just puts how many doors are open in the map, because there is a little cheat code. If you have it on 0, then automatically, if a door is open, you know the ghost has been in that room, and that is most likely the favorite room. But if you have it on 100%, then all doors will be open. If use box starts on, this just means it's on. If you set it to no, then it will not be on, and you have to go switch it on before you can turn on any lights. Weather is just what it's going to be. If it's going to be clear, rainy, snowy, or default, which is pretty sure random. Player walk speed is how fast the player could walk. Flashlight broken just means can you use flashlights or not? Yes or no. Max stamina is just how much stamina you have. And that's all the difficulty settings. You can also make presets so you don't have to individually go and get them. As you can see, I have a lot over here. And then also, if you don't want to go into custom, you could just do easy, medium, hard, nightmare mode. Then the challenges. And then the challenges, you could see here, you could select 3 challenges, okay? You get money for selecting them. They will describe what it is. And every 24 hours, they refresh. Sorry. Every challenge in the game up to date is blindness, which just means your vision is limited to 10 studs. Exploding items, every piece of equipment has a timer, and when the timer reaches 0, the item explodes. Found footage is just you start with a video camera, and you can only see in the camera. So if you put the camera down, well, you can't see. So you have to have the camera on you, and you have to see through it. Hide and seek is the ghost changes its favorite room every minute. And then inventory lock, which is once you pick up an item, any item, you can't drop it. Sad, I know. Invisible ghost is the ghost will always appear visible. Except, there is an exception for laser. Okay, laser projections. So the evidence, laser projections, you can still get with invisible ghosts. You just can't ever see it during hunts, things like that. Then you have mercy. Every ghost fakes 1 random piece of evidence, with the 4 fake evidence always presenting alongside the real ones. So you never know which one's real and which one's fake. Little key pro tip in mercy is if you get 5 evidence, you automatically know it's the skinwalker, because the skinwalker, or the doppelganger, presents 4 evidence, presents ghost orbs as a fake evidence. So just remember that if you get 5 evidence, it's a mercy. Oops, all thermals is the last one, and is every piece equipment is replaced with a thermometer. So yeah, that's sad also. Those are all the challenges. And that is everything with the challenges and difficulty. Then you have your job site. This is just which one you want to pick. You can go in and you can see some backstory and description about the place. It's a little cool detail. And you can see everything. You do have to unlock some places, but you could see how big the place is. So you could see these are small houses, these are medium, these are large. So most likely I would expect you to have bigger players on the large maps, medium-sized people on the medium map, and if you have a small group of like 3, maybe 2 players, I would say small maps are where you rock. You can always play. There's no minimum requirement. So you could play solo on school, prison, or asylum. It doesn't matter. But yes, those are the things. And then technically the actual settings. Team invites is who can invite you to their team. I would very much say you need this one. Hearing accessibility, it's subtitles. Amazing. Pro tip, always have this on. If you don't have this on, you need to turn it on because it tells you literally everything. So if a ghost responds to you, you can see it through the subtitles. You can see doors open, and this is great. This is so good of a thing. Then you just have, I can't say the word, sorry. But safe mode just replaces some scary models with, let's just say some cooler ones. You could see your head bobbing if you don't like that or not. If you're left-handed, you could turn left-handed mode on. Toggle crouch or just tap it. Hold it. Spirit Box UI, I went over this one already, but it is basically just if you want Spirit Box UI on your screen or if you don't. Use system time just means your local time. Like right now, I'm recording this video on this day. And if I turn this on, boom. Totally random day. Yeah. Thinks it's a Wednesday, but yeah. And then you have your outline color for if you go to pick something up, this is your outline color. If you're Celsius or Fahrenheit, freedom units, let's go. Game Pass ads if you want. And then this, I would also say probably turn this on, is this will change the Umbra board, which is a cursed object which we will go over later in the video. This would just make it easier to read. And then proximity fade, one of the new settings. This is where if people get too close to you, they will become transparent instead of just being in each other like a normal Roblox game. So those are all these. Oh, also, if you skip the tutorial and you want to play the tutorial, you can see it here. Also, there's two other settings here, but that's VIP. And then you can play the tutorial if you want. And you can also see updates here. But those are the main things. Okay? So we're going to get to the next thing just now. Okay, so now we will be going over the equipment section. This is what you will bring into the actual game. A lot of equipment is, well, you have to get a certain level. I have every equipment available, so we're just going to go through every equipment. So we first start with the black light. The black light is one of your evidence that you can get. The black light, if you shine it on something like a door, a light switch on the floor, there's a chance of you getting a footprint, handprint, and if you do, you can mark down UV. Then we have the EMF reader. The EMF reader just means how much activity there is. So if you get a 1 or, a 2 or a 3 or 4, it doesn't matter. If you get a 5, this little red circle lights up. Then you have an EMF of 5 and you can mark that in your journal. Then you have the flashlight. I think we all know what a flashlight is. I'm not going to go over that. Then you have a flower pot. The flower pot, you put it near the ghost. And when you put it near the ghost, if they have wither evidence, the flowers will begin to wither. How you know this is they will be all black and all withered. And if that does happen, you can mark it in your journal. Then you have the laser projector. If you put the laser projector near the ghost, and they have laser projector evidence, then you will be able to see the ghost. I know, that's a really unique one. Then you have the spirit book. The spirit book, if you put it near the ghost, and then they have spirit book evidence, they will write in the book, and you can get inscription. The spirit box, when you talk, either in-game with your mic, or with the UI options, and if the lights are off, and they have spirit box evidence, they will respond back to you. Um, the easiest little tips are this little red symbol up there means it hears you. Either you said the question wrong if you're using your mic, or it's too far away. So make sure this lights up red. Then also this light blue symbol is if it talks back to you. Then the thermometer. That's another easily explainable items. If you go into a room, you will be able to see the temperature of that room. If it's below freezing, which in Celsius it's 0, below 0, or if you're using Fahrenheit, below 32. If it reaches 32 or 0, it does not count. It has to reach below it. Then you have your video camera. There's a couple things you can do with the video camera. Is one, it's for evidence. If you see a little ghost orb flying around, there's two things. You can mark it in your journal as ghost orbs. You also know it's the room the ghost is most likely going to be in for the main majority of the round. It's its favorite room. Also, you can put it in like a hallway or a room you want to look into, and you can go outside into your van little area, and you can look on the keyboard near the monitor, and you can watch it. You can watch the video camera. The cross, if you place it near the ghost in a specific range, I don't know what the exact range is, but if you put it in a range near the ghost, if the ghost tries to hunt, instead of it hunting and you being scared, it burns the cross, and so they are not able to hunt you. And then also, if you have a demon, the cross will be more effective, meaning the cross will have a bigger range. The defibrillator is, I think we all know what that is, but it's just a med kit. So if someone dies on your team, you can use it and revive that player. The energy drink, if you have low energy, you can drink the energy drink. This is also a quest objective, but we'll go over that later. The energy watch, if you're in the house and you don't know what your energy is, or the monitor's broken or something like that, then you can equip an energy watch, and this will allow you to see your energy. A head mounted camera is on your head, and if you're playing multiplayer, it's mostly using multiplayer. If you're using multiplayer, then if you go in and you're trying to find something, and if a teammate looks on your camera the same way they would for the video camera, then they can see your camera and they could try to test for ghost orbs and just see your POV. The holy oil is something where you can place 3 spots and it will ignite in fire when a hunt starts, protecting you. So if you want to barricade a room, you can put 3 little lines, and the ghost cannot walk through that unless there's some specific ghosts that can walk through fire. The laser scanner. The laser scanner is one of my personal favorite items. I always have it on me. And this thing will allow you to see where the ghost is. It is not an evidence, but you can see where the ghost is. So if you click it, it has a 30-second cooldown, I'm pretty sure, and it will have little dots. It will go up white where you click it. Then, if you see red dots, that's the ghost. Now, some ghosts can negate this, so just be careful. If you don't see them ever in a match, then don't think you did something wrong. It could be a ghost ability. The lantern, when holding it, when it's on, when you light it on fire, will stop you losing energy. It won't just completely stop it, but it will drain it slower. So that means you have more time and more energy. The lighter. The lighter can do multiple things. Well, obviously it can light things. It can light candles. It can light summoning circles. It can light the lantern itself. So yeah, lighters are very important. Photo cameras. Photo cameras are objectives you can do, but also you have photos. There's photos you need to take, like photos of the ghost, photo of salt being disturbed, photos of EMF reader, photos of broken glass, pretty much anything you can do. The plushie. When the plushie is possessed and it floats in air, you use the spirit box. And if you use the spirit box fast enough, and when the plushie's still in the air, it is guaranteed spirit box evidence. But just make sure the plushie can float in the air, okay? The plushie can float in the air. That it doesn't mean it's just spirit box. You have to get the spirit box evidence. And if you don't hear it, then you can mark it off. The shotgun. I don't call it the rock salt shotgun, it's just too long. I just call it the shotgun. The shotgun. This is pretty self-explanatory. You can shoot things. You can shoot the ghost, and you can shoot other players. But you can shoot the ghost during a hunt. And if you shoot it during the hunt, it will stop the hunt. So this is a safety measure if you can't get to a closet or a safe spot and you're cornered and the ghost is coming right towards you, you might want to shoot it. The last thing is the salt canister, one of the most useful items. And the salt has 3 charges, just like the holy oil. The salt canister, you can put salt down. Salt, if stepped through, will make a little indentation or whatever. You can test that for footprints. If there are footprints, then you know the ghost has footprints. If there aren't, then you can immediately cross out no footprints, unless you're doing a lower evidence run. Note, some ghosts can't even walk through salt. So, if it never walks through salt, just keep a close eye on this. And that is all the evidence types. Note, if you have money to spare, you can get different item skins, like I do with the laser projector and the spirit box. The spirit book, the spirit box, all these things. You can do different item skins with your money. And that's pretty much it for the equipment. We're gonna go into the perks. The perks, there's not that many, but they do different things, and they're a bit expensive, some are not. Perks are double stamina. It's pretty self-explanatory. You get double stamina. Holy oil burns twice. If you buy this, then the holy oil, which you place down 3 times, will burn once during a hunt, normally, and then be gone. But if you equip this, then it will burn twice, meaning 1 hunt, and it will stay there. And then after another hunt, it will be gone. 2 photo discards means you have 2 chances. If you get a no star, if you get 0 stars on a photo, you can discard it twice. Run faster, pretty self-explanatory. You run faster. +1 inventory slot is a must-have if you have it and you have the money. It gets you 4 inventory slots. That's how you have seen me have 4 inventory slots and you play, and it's only 3 inventory slots. Fast stamina regain just means you gain stamina faster. Crosses burn twice means even if you only have 2 crosses, they'll burn 4 times, because each cross will burn twice. So they'll burn once, they'll stay there, and when they try to hunt again, it will burn another time. Note, not all crosses will burn. Only one cross will burn. So that means you have 4 crosses burn until it can actually hunt you. And those are all the perks. And that is basically everything in the setup. There are some other stuff like ghost skins. We don't need to worry about that. You can look in the store if you really want to. Go explore all the job sites when you can. But we are going to go into the last setup category. Okay, the last setup category that we need to go over is none other than the objectives. These are every objectives that you will have in this game. Number 1, take a ghost photo. This is pretty easy. All you need to do is have the photo camera and you need to take a picture of the ghost. This can be when it's hunting, summoning circle, ghost event. If you have laser projector, you can take a photo of it. Things like that. Then the laser scanner. Remember the thing that I said was one of the most useful items that I always have it on me? That. If you have a ghost that has it, then if you use it and you see a little red outline, this objective will be done. Experience a ghost event. Ghost events just mean something like the lights flicker and objects raise and the ghost is like freaking you out. It's an event to make you scared and lower your sanity. You have to experience that. Survive the hunt. All living team members, every team member must survive a ghost hunt. The first one. So if one team member dies, well, I'm pretty sure you lose that objective. Prevent a ghost hunt with a cross. If you have a cross, then you can put it inside and it will burn it. This automatically means you get the objective right. 6. Lower team energy. This just means you have to keep the average team energy below 25. There is another one similar to this, which is when you reach 0 sanity / energy, you have to restore it with an energy drink that you either buy or is found in the building. EMF reading level 2. This means you have to get an EMF reading above a 2 or a 2. That's above a 1, basically. Anything but a 1 counts for this objective. Candle interaction. Ensure that you get a candle and you see it. This is one of the hardest, I say, because it's so annoying. Because even if it goes out by the ghost, you have to light a candle with the lighter. Then the ghost has to blow the candle out. The thing is, you have to see it. And even if you're looking at it, sometimes it doesn't count. So you have to be directly looking at it and make sure you're not looking away from it. It only has one person has to see it. And that's every single objective. Note. And there is one last objective, which is you have to shoot the ghost. With the shotgun. You shoot the ghost and you get that objective done. Those are all the objectives. That is every objective in the game, I'm pretty sure. And note, some of these objectives will not happen, like prevent a ghost hunt with a cross, unless you have the cross unlocked, which means you have the level to buy it. And if you don't buy it, if you unlock it, then it will not show up. You have to unlock the item before it will show up. So like the shotgun, that's one of the highest things you have to unlock. I'm pretty sure it's the highest level you have to be to unlock the gun. So just know, if you are level 2, you just started out and you're watching this, played the game, and like, oh my gosh, I have to shoot the ghost, but I can't even unlock the gun. How am I supposed to do that? The objective will not show up. There are 4 objectives, technically 3. 3 objectives will be randomized of these, and it will be one that you have unlocked the item for. And then you have your main objective, find the ghost. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You have your find the ghost, and then 3 random objectives. And that is probably the end of the setup. Thank you for watching this part. Let's go into the actual game. Okay, we're in. So, I didn't do too hard of difficulties. I made it where it's basically like medium, easy, what you would start out on. So, the first thing I'm going to grab is, well, you can take a look over here. This area, you're safe, okay? You're always safe out here. The ghosts can't come out here. Your monitor, you can see your energy up here. You can look on your video camera. But the first things I like to bring in is the EMF, this thing, the thermometer, the laser, and a cross. You can see all your objectives here. First, we have to identify the ghost. We have to reach a average sanity or energy level below 25. We have to trigger a hunt using the cursed objects and prevent the ghost from starting a hunt using a cross. I did turn all cursed objects on so I can tell you where they are. So I like to put a cross. I like to turn these 2 lights on. I like to put a cross here and a cross all the way over here. Okay. Then turn the main lights on that you want. So the cursed object spawns. One will spawn right here. This is the haunted mirror. It will spawn in the living room. You have the magnifying glass will also spawn in the living room right here. Then you have the summoning circle will spawn in the kitchen. Hold on. You also will have the Umbra board spawn in here. You will have, just turning some lights on, and then you will have the fortune teller and the music box spawn in here. Now let's go ahead and start trying to figure out where the ghost is. I like to do it right here on this map because it gets most of the rooms. And then I can go ahead and place some salt down. I do have some duration going on, and then I also have crosses down. I have all my perks on, so I'm pretty much safe. I know that. You also have a setup duration. You don't have to count, obviously, but you're fine for 120 seconds on default mode. So it's not over here. It could be over here. Now the favorite room is in here, because remember, it's 43 in here. If I step out of here, look, it significantly increases. Every else room is like 60, and that room goes to 40. You can see what room you're in the very bottom right. Right now I'm in the kitchen. If I step over here, I'm in the foyer. Here, laundry room, bedroom. Boom, 35 in here. We're gonna drop this. Okay, so it's in here. See those little red dots? That's the latest scanner. One thing you know, if you get that, it's a Vex, not a Vex. Vexes cannot have the laser. Also, you see those little breath? This is cold breath. That means it's freezing. We already got a thing. So now we have already gotten one thing that we want. I'm going to go ahead and put everything else down. I'm going to go get some more stuff. I'm going to get salt, photo, and laser. Now I know this is the room, okay? I know it's in here. You won't start out with salt, but salt is your best friend once you get it. Place it at the entrance like this, and the ghost cannot get through here without touching it. So it's a very good way to find the ghost that you want. It is going a bit. You can also take pictures of all the cursed objects. So I'm just going to take pictures of literally every single one. and the broken glass. Sadly, I didn't get that good of a photo. But yeah. All the cursed objects, take a photo of them. I already have a lot of photos. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get some even more stuff. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna actually drop this. I'm gonna get this. And yes, we're gonna get some more stuff. We're gonna check for ghost orbs. It will always be in the favorite room. The favorite room can change if you have that setting on. Right now I do not have it on, so it will not change. I'm just gonna set it down. I do not see them, so I'm gonna go ahead and put. I don't tell you to do this a lot, but I would put ghost orbs off just because I literally can't see them. And ghost orbs, if it has it, will always be in the favorite room. And it's not in the favorite room, so I'm guessing it's probably not that. I'm just gonna go ahead, put the plushie in here. I'm gonna go ahead and get the short book. I'm taking a bit longer than usual, just because I want to get everything right and explain everything. But go ahead and put your passive stuff like your flower pot, your laser, and your book. Those are passive equipment that you just have to wait to see if you can get. Now we have freezing temps. Okay. So we know it has to be one of these things. We're going to get the last pieces of evidence. We're going to bring them in. I'm also going to go ahead and move the cross a bit closer. I'm going to have that on. Oh, we got a 3, but look at that. Wither. And you could take a photo of that. You got a nice little photo of that. And you got Wither. So now we know it's one of these two things. Now a nice little way, if we can take a photo of the ghost, we can see if it's headless. Because these guys are always going to be headless in photos. So if we could take a picture of it and see if it's headless, that would be nice. A nice little other way is we could see if it responds to us. Okay, that didn't work. I don't know if it's gonna respond to us or not. Just because it doesn't respond to you a lot doesn't mean it's not gonna respond ever. These are just things we have to passively do. I'm at 79 thing. We needed to hunt. It's not that aggressive because I put that one thing off. It did shut this door, mind you. So I'm actually gonna check that for handprints. Now, just because it touches something doesn't mean it has to be that. So even though it did touch that door, it doesn't mean it has to be handprints. Okay, it's right here. I'm not getting a confident 5. I got Wither, I got Freezing, I got no Ghost Orbs. I've gotten a 3. I'm gonna maybe change this, move it right there. Maybe I'll move the book right here. Maybe I'll turn off the lights. And try Spirit Book again. I mean Spirit Box. Okay. Nothing's really happening. Let's try Ghost Orbs again. If you're not confident, that's the favorite room. Maybe it changed rooms. You can go ahead and look for Ghost Orbs. Now, I'm not going to go look for Ghost Orbs, but I'm just saying if you did do Ghost Orbs, you can. But I know it's the favorite room because it's still freezing in here. Look at that. Still freezing in here. Oh. Okay. It's levitating the plushie and it's not giving me that. So not Spirit Box. It still can be one of these. I'm going to actually go show you a pro tip, which is the Dollahan and Dubluck. Those are the only things it can be, right? So the Dollahan has a laser. The Dubluck has prints. So, one of the easiest ways to do this is just find one of those evidence. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the cursed object. We're going to use the cursed object. And we're going to go in here. This is a safe spawn. So you can see, it's going to write. This negates crosses, by the way. It did try to burn a cross. I don't know where it burnt. It's writing something. I don't know what it's writing because I didn't look at it. It finished. Sometimes it doesn't do it. It will answer your questions, and if it levitates, it means it's going to start hunting. Now it's hunting. So, if you have Holy Oil down, you should be fine right here. Just be careful. It can teleport, go through walls, go through fire. So, you know, be careful. It cannot get you in the safe spot. It can get you right here, though. So just be careful. I'm going to try to take a photo of it if I can. That was a really fast hunt, if that's done hunting. That's a really fast hunt. But as you can see, it went through here, which was my goal, was to get it going through there. So now, I could test. And that's automatic. Prints. Nice. And that is the double look. So you can get the rest of your photos. I did 2 objectives right there, which was the cursed hunt and burning across. Now I just have to get below 25, which, as you can see, 7, 6, wait. Yeah, it's 25, I'm pretty sure, not 2.5. And boom. Now we got that quest, so now we have all the quests done. If you're going for a perfect game, though, go ahead, just do this. You could take 2 photos because you could take one of the salt and of that footprint. And that's all your photos. So that's pretty much all you had to do. You didn't even die. Like that was just a perfect round. All you had to do was just get all your photos. I did get one bad photo, sadly. I don't think I was close enough. But I got all other 3 stars, which is the max you can get. I just slowly started trickling stuff in. Get your passive equipment in, like your wither, freezing temps, prints, and you know what it is. Pretty much easy. And that's just an easy game. Make sure you just do this. Even if it's the last thing, it won't count. You have to make sure it's yellow. And if you do something like that, make sure it's still thingy. Because if you mess with something else, it will go away. So you got to make sure you do that. So just make sure you have the thing circled. You don't have to clean anything up. Okay, so like I don't have to pick this up and put it over here or anything. I don't have to retrieve anything from the house. You can just go. The way you leave, circle it, you've done all your objectives, you're ready to leave. You hit the team truck. If you're playing multiplayer, you do have to. You do have to. If you're playing multiplayer, you do have to have everybody near the truck. So you can't just finish the job if someone's still inside. But as you can see, we got the thing. It's a female, 68. Its favorite room is the bedroom. We got all this money. We got total earned with $0 because I did do all cursed objects, so you could see. So technically, I didn't even earn money or XP. But yeah, if I didn't do that, I got the ghost $60. I didn't die, so I didn't lose money. I completed all the objectives, $25. Got all my photo rewards. So this is basically a perfect game. But obviously I had all the cursed objects on, so I didn't earn anything. But that's fine. So that's how you do a perfect game, and you learn. And if you're having trouble with a certain type of equipment, some equipment is over here, and you can see some things like the black light. You can see shine at the black light on surfaces, especially doors to check for handprints, fingerprints, or footprints. These are considered print evidence. When a ghost steps through a salt pile, if it has print, it's guaranteed to leave a footprint behind. This is a great way to prove or disprove print evidence. You could do that for crosses, EMF, flowers, holy oil, laser scanner, laser projector, photo camera, plushie, spirit box, spirit book, I said those both wrong, sorry. Thermometer and video camera. So that's a great way to do it. And this is all your evidence. I do wish it was easier to see what the evidence was. So if you had, let's say, spirit box, freezing temps, and not laser projector, and you had one of these two, I wish it was easier for you just to go here and see them, because they're also not in the right situation. So the goal is not right here, it's actually right here. So it's a bit harder to see what they are. But you could like click on them or something, and it would take you over there to read it. But sadly, it does not do that. You can do this. So if you only have, let's say, like prints, it will get rid of everything else, and it will only show things that have prints. So yeah, little cool feature there. So yeah, that's how you do it. Hope that enjoyed. This is a good little tutorial. It only does that one map. Sorry, I don't have enough time to do every map. And also, I will just say, I'm not even that good on these maps, and I'm also one person. But if you enjoyed this tutorial and this complete guide, go play Demonology now, okay? What are you doing? Why are you still here? Go. I'm serious. Go.